Bobby Pierce extended his points lead on Wednesday night at the Wild West Shootout, claiming the victory in the third night of the race. It's his second victory in 3 nights, but it wasn't the easiest. It looked like it might have been clear sailing. The track was a 1-lane track, but he got caught up behind some lap traffic, had to use the chrome horn because Garrett Alberson was hustling behind him and putting the pressure on Bobby Pierce. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. So before we get into this, let's look at the points lead here. You can see what it's like after night 3. Bobby Pierce has a 27-point advantage over Garrett Alberson. He has 255 points to Alberson's 228. Cade Dillard is down at 225. He was the night 1 winner. He is 30 points behind Pierce. And then Tyler Turbo Herb has 216 points, 39 points. And then Shannon Babb, who had a 3rd place finish last night, is at 192 points, 63 points behind. Kyle Larson is now 93 points behind with that DNF that he had last night. He was 21 points behind in 5th. So you can see here what the points were like after 2 nights. Pierce only had a 9-point lead over Cade Dillard. And so he's definitely extended that lead, almost tripled it. It was a 21-point lead now over Garrett Alberson. But as I said, it was a tough victory. It looked like it might have been pretty easy. The track was kind of single lane. You had to be on the bottom. You weren't really going to be able to make any hay moving up a groove or anything like that. The place to be was on the bottom. But once Bobby Pierce caught the tail end of the field, he had to use that chrome horn to get around a number of drivers because Alberson was coming and applied a lot of pressure on him. Let's take a look at this here, as Pierce has to navigate around Beard in the number 86 here. Obviously, we're looking at Bobby Pierce's car, but you'll see that Beard is that red car. You can barely see the tail end of his car there ahead of him. So let's take a look here and see what Bobby Pierce had to do to get around Beard as Alberson was breathing down his neck. You can see there, he's trying to work around on the outside, goes up way high, allows Alberson to close. They're side by side at the line. Pierce barely edges him out, and Pierce clips Beard's tail to try and get around him. Beard gets sideways, finally gets off the track because he knows he's blocking Alberson. He doesn't want to have his car be junked, but clearly Pierce, it was time to go, and he's like, get out of my way. I'm coming through. I'm not losing this race. So it was pretty exciting once we got into lap traffic, and that wasn't the only case that he had to use his chrome horn. He had to use it here as well, going up against Kirby in that number 11. Pierce is right behind him. You can't really see his car. It's kind of hidden to 32, and then obviously Alberson right behind him. And then I think that's Shannon Babb right there that got into the picture as well. This is with 5 laps to go, and let's take a look at how Bobby Pierce managed to get around Kirby here. So he's following him around, trying to work on the inside there. Just doesn't have it right now. I mean, gives him they bang wheels. Alberson drives it in real hard, gets on the outside. Pierce is like, get out of my way, and gives Kirby the boot. It's unclear if Kirby was trying to get out of the way there or what, but clearly Bobby Pierce was not having any of it. He wanted that victory, and he was not going to let a lapper be the one to stop him from getting it, as he sent him down into the infield as Alberson was closing in. Pierce did address his use of the chrome horn in the winner's circle. Let's listen to what he had to say.
And, lap traffic was crazy. I know you're probably going to ask me about it.
Okay, so John Kirby right here coming couple 3 to go. He was trying to get off the track and you were trying to go.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, they're holding their lines, so they're doing what they can. Just one of them deals where tricky situation with the racetrack. That's the only line to choose from. I tried to go around one of them, almost got past, so kind of had to use the chrome horn here. I think it got messed up between bouncing off the tires and then when I got into them, couple guys there, but one of them nights where I had to use chrome horn to get the job done. I know Garrett was pretty fast, so I can't thank everybody enough, my crew, my family, everyone for the support.
So Bobby Pierce knows what he did. He's not really ashamed of it. He's like, hey, I tried to get around Beard on the outside, and Alberson almost got me, so I wasn't going to let that happen again. So I gave Kirby the boot because I was staying with that inside lane because that was where the speed was at. You got to admit, You gotta love his honesty there, and he put on a show. They put on a show. It was a great race. You wouldn't have thought it would have been a great race until those kind of closing laps where Alberson was really breathing down his neck, and Pierce had to go. But it really turned into an entertaining race, and it was exciting to see what Pierce was going to do because he's an aggressive driver. They call him the smooth operator, but I think that's a misnomer because he's definitely one of the more aggressive drivers out there on the track. And he'll get up there and rip it. And I wouldn't call what he did tonight very smooth, right? He's giving people the chrome horn and telling them to get out of the way. But it was another great night of racing at the Wild West Shootout. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the event on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we'll see if Bobby Pierce can close it out and take home that Wild West Shootout victory, as well as win a potential points. I guess it's an extra cash bonus. Maybe not, I'm describing it the wrong way, but I guess if he wins 5 of 6, he gets a $100,000 bonus. If he had won all 6, I think it was $300,000. So we'll see if he can win that bonus money as well. Obviously, the $300,000 is out with Cade Dillard winning night 1, but Pierce is still in the hunt for that extra $100,000 bonus if he can win the rest of the races at the Wild West Shootout. But let me know what you make of how Bobby Pierce won night 3 at the Wild West Shootout. Let me know in the comments below.